Hi, everybody. It's your Lady Lisa, High Priestess from the Philadelphia area of the USA. Here, rocking it one more time. And listen, I could do YouTube videos all day long if I had the time because I love to teach. I love to teach. I love to read. It is like my passion. I could do it for hours and hours and hours and hours. Sometimes when I go do readings, there's actually people who leave the reading because it took so long because I can read for hours and I don't count time when I'm doing readings. So before we go into this video, and again, it might run into be a little bit longer than I expected, but you're either going to watch it and get the benefits out of it, or you're going to click off and you're going to lose out on a few things. As you may already know, and you may not already know, I am a high priestess today of my own successful coven that is named after my first granddaughter, Haven, and it is beautiful and becoming successful. Thank you, Mother Universe, because I could have not done any of this without Mother Universe. But before I go into and you're going to catch me playing with my hair a lot because it kind of keeps me occupied. Okay, so I had a request to do a YouTube video, and that's what I'm going to get to next before I get to anything else. I'm not going to try to be scatterbrained all over the world. So if you're just coming into this beautiful world of magic, how you like my new earrings? Can't wait this summer to match them with my dresses. I got them in every color, green, fluorescent green, pink, yellow, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, and no, I'm not ashamed to say that I wear wigs because due to something that I have, like fibromyalgia and RSD, I lose my hair due to my medication. So I rock wigs, and I'm proud to say it because I look absolutely gorgeous in my wigs. But this isn't about my wigs, is it? No. All right, so let's get started before it's 45 minutes and we've got nothing accomplished. Being a witch, being a gifted person, being a part of the magic world, we are not a dying breed, believe it or not. And I got my magic candle here too, so you guys can see me up in front. We are not a dying breed. We're actually a growing, successful breed. The only thing that you got to be careful about when you're coming into the magic world and you're a newbie is who you're going to follow and what type of witchcraft you're going to follow, okay? Because you hear a lot of people say witchcraft is evil. And that's because that's what they were taught. But that's not so. Because if I got everything that I do and I read from the devil, then I would be evil every single day. I would be out in this world doing nothing but evil. I wouldn't be taking the time out of my life to come read you for hours and hours and hours and tell you things that I couldn't possibly have known for what I charge. If I was evil, I wouldn't be sharing my gifts with you. If I was evil, I'd be out there harming the world. So there's nothing evil about us. What we need to do is, as witches, as gifted people, we are to embrace one another and uplift one another and follow one another and embrace one another, because we as women in general don't do that enough. And that's why we get lost in the world. So when we're witches, especially being looked at as an outcast or evil, unless you're already in the magic world, we have to support one another, especially more importantly than anything else, because we're really looked at as mean, evil people when our ancestors were not mean whatsoever. They did everything out of pure nature. As you know, I'm a traditionally born natural white witch, now high priestess, so I only teach natural. I only teach traditional. And you will all be getting a copy of my new book that will be coming out around the new year or shortly after, if you stay a steady follower of mine in my group on Facebook or on my YouTube. So, the universe is amazing. Mother Universe is just simply amazing. I'm going to tell you why. Because I am not the person who calls people friends if I don't mean you're my friend. And I don't tell you that I love you if I don't love you. Even though I'm a very loving person, it's just not something I use lately. And it's just not something that I do, and I'm not afraid to say it. But there's some people that you come across in life that you will never ever meet, or they're just so far away, all you can do is talk to them on social media or through FaceTime or Messenger. One of these fabulous, fabulous woman that I have met through Mother Universe, who was gifted as well, and I won't tell you her gifts because that's her privacy, but she is on my Facebook as my friend, and her name is Julie Meekum. I hope I'm pronouncing that right because I do botch names, and I apologize if I'm botching her name. I'm not even sure she'll get to watch this video, but she has been watching my videos. So I did help her, and she helps me in return, and as you're supposed to. And you don't do things to get things in return, but that's just the way it works. Now, I'm not talking about karma. I'm talking about no good deed ever goes unseen, okay? You're always going to get something wonderful in return, even if you're not expecting it, because that's the way Mother Universe works. Because when you show an individual or any person, especially a stranger, pure, genuine love, and you help somebody out that didn't know you, and it really, really got them to where they needed to be, you're just going to keep recycling with one another, helping each other back and forth, and that's just how it's going to be. So she is a beautiful artist, okay? And she does all her own paintings. And me, being a master spellcaster as well, spells are creativity from our mind, especially when they're homemade. Just like our altars, okay? Just like our covens, just like everything that we do. It's homemade. It's creativity from our mind that we make up, okay? So Julie is a beautiful, beautiful artist, and I love art. I love it, I love it, I love it. So when I had bumped into Julie, and I was met with Julie, and I had helped Julie out, Julie got back on her road to being the most successful painter that I have met yet. And you don't all have to agree, but she definitely is rocking her paintings, right? So I'm waiting for my third one to come in. I have one hanging there. This one is going to be hung after this video. And then I'm waiting for my third one to come in. And then I'm going to be ordering my fourth one, and so forth and so forth. Because they just bring joy and magic to my coven. So when I go to Julie and I say, hey, Julie, I want a painting made, I just say, Julie, you already know what I'm going to be feeling or what I want. Surprise me. And every time she sends me something, I am in love instantly. It's exactly what I wanted. She just like read my thoughts. So because I don't know her full name offhand, as I know her as Julie Meekum, you could try to search her on Facebook as Julie Meekum. If not, you can comment below and ask me to give you her full name if you would ever be interested in trying out one of her artwork. And I advise that you do, because not only are they coming from someone who's gifted, but they're magical. And they bring such purity and such good strength and energy to you, especially wherever you put it in your home. You don't even have to be gifted to own one of these. I'm just trying to tell you, they're divine. So please, please check her out. Look her up on Facebook. Her name, again, is Julie Meekum. And if you can't find her under Julie Meekum, just comment below and I will definitely give you her information. Please, please, you will not be disappointed if you order something from her. Okay, so with that being said, I just wanted to get her out there on my YouTube page because I'm just in awe and in love with her paintings. I'm sorry, I just don't want to put this painting anywhere, so give me a second. And I'm so blessed and honored by Mother Universe that I was able to meet this beautiful soul and call her friend and be able to help her, and she helps me as well. And it's an awesome give and take exchange. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I want to talk about crystals real quick before I get into my third introduction into the video, because I was asked to do a YouTube on how to charge your crystals. Now, everybody has their own special way of charging crystals. And again, it's however you're comfortable with. But there are 3 ways that the universe does say to cleanse your crystals. No matter what you read, you YouTube, you Google, does not matter. There are some things that you cannot get around the universe, no matter what you believe in, okay? Whether you be Wiccan, whether you be pagan, whether you be taught traditionally, etc. Some universal rules you cannot get around. And if you try to, everything that you do will fail because you're going against Mother Universe. Because when you're putting energy out into the universe, whether it be a spell, whether it be your thoughts or your words, you're throwing it out into the universe, which is making it happen. So you also got to be mindful of, you know, things that you do when it comes to Mother Universe, when you don't abide by her rules, okay? And she does have rules to certain things. And some of those rules come with a lot of spells. So charging your crystals. I have many, many, many crystals. And the next video I'm going to do is a deity video because I work with deities. When you're charging your crystals, the way I charge my crystals is, especially on a new moon or a full moon or a special moon, which we're getting ready to come into a full moon on Sunday, the 29th, which is my first son's 24th birthday. So that's when I'm going to be casting a lot of spells that night because I work with moon energy, and the moon energy is very powerful for me, especially on a full moon night. So if you want to charge your crystals or anything, oils, pendulums, anything that you may work with, you always want to put them in the moonlight. That is going to cleanse them. So, like, ultimately cleanse them, the moonlight. Anything. You can make moon oil from the moon. You can do anything with the moonlight. So that's the one thing that I would go with first when it comes to charging your crystals. Also, charging your crystals would be putting them in between your hand and rubbing your crystals until you get your energy into the crystals and you feel that little bit of heat. That's also charging your crystals. Also taking some sage and running it over your crystals, that charges your crystals as well. Now, if you don't want to follow all three of those, well, then, you know, you can do one, you could do two, or maybe you could do a mix of all three. But definitely check out the moon energy. All you got to do is stick them bad boys right in a windowsill or somewhere that the kids or the cats or somebody can't get to them, and put them in the moonlight until the next morning, and boom, there you go, baby, they're charged. And that's it. That's how easy it is. They're charged. Awesome, right? Moonlight. Who would have thought, right? Moonlight. I've always loved the dark at night. I've always loved the night more than I love the day. I always love the moon more than I love the sun. It's just the way I work. It's what I'm attracted to. And we're all attracted to something different, and sometimes we're not. And it's okay to be different. It really is. But I'm on here teaching you the way that I was taught, because I know there's going to be people who are going to like the way that I teach. And they're either just going to like it, whether they ever come into it, or they're going to like it because they're getting ready to come into it, and that's the way they want to learn. That's why I always say that if there's anything you would love me to teach, if you're not already in my group or a personal friend of mine, you can always comment below and say, hey, Lady Lisa, can you please do a YouTube on this? I need clarification. Even if you did your own spell and you're not sure how to read the candle, or you're not sure if the candle was a success, or you're not even sure if you did it right, I will help you with that, because I am a master spellcaster, which I'm getting ready to do. So what I have here for you guys is I have 2 doom candles, which I've done videos on, okay? And what the doom candle is really a hexing candle that I love to work with. And what doom stands for is death upon my enemies, okay? So when you see death, that doesn't necessarily mean death of somebody. Now, depending on the hex, it can mean death. But really, death indicates the end of something and the beginning of new, meaning that if you're hexing somebody, obviously you're ending something, okay? Whether you believe in hexing somebody or you don't. Sometimes I use these candles to unhex people, okay? By putting the name of the hexer on here and the person that they hexed and sending it back to them, and then making sure that the person they hexed is unblocked and released from that hex and not able to be touched again. And that's why I give you universal laws to abide by, because if you do not abide by those universal laws, okay, and I'm not sure you can find those laws anywhere written, because these were traditional laws that were handed down to me by my ancestors still to this day. But you may be able to look them up, I'm not sure. But this is not something that I just made up. This is something I was taught. But the reason why I'm showing you these 2 different candles is because one was done by me. And yes, I do hex people. And yes, I do very good spells. I do light and I do dark, but I do more light than I do dark. So when you're reading these candles, okay, so I'm not going to show you the back of them because it breaks confidentiality. But we'll go with this hex first. This hex was put on two very young children. And yes, there are children hexes out there, okay? But Mother Universe, excuse me with the word but, Mother Universe has a very, very low tolerance for people who put hexes on children. So you are able to give permission for your children to be unhexed if they are hexed, okay? And that's why you don't see so much resistance on this candle as you would another hexing candle. You would see so much black at the top. So when you're reading this candle, let's hypothetically say this was just for somebody who wanted to be unhexed, like a grown adult like myself, okay? What would happen is I would get a lot of black up here, okay? And the way I would read the candle is how far did the black go down before it cleared up? And then did it burn straight to the bottom? That way I'm going to know if this candle was a success. So I'm going to go to right about here. Maybe even the first name, black. But if it goes any further than that, the candle has to be redone no matter how powerful and badass you are. Candles just have to be reworked, and sometimes it's not your fault. It could be the person that you did the candle for. If in any way, shape, or form the information got back to the hexer who was returning the hex, their spirits and protectors will be able to defeat this candle. And it's not the spellcaster's fault. It will be the person who you did the candle for's fault. Because in some way, shape, or form, they were able to get it back to that person. Because magic whispers. Magic whispers in the magic world. Meaning that the slightest little thing that you talk about, it goes out into the universe and it whispers. And then us gifted people, we can hear it in our ears. We can hear conversations. We get those vibes from our protectors. You're getting ready to be attacked. Okay, and I know this to be true because I felt an attack coming on one time, and I went into a psychic on vacation, and she said, yeah, you're getting ready to be attacked, but she's powerless, but she is still trying to attack you. And she gave me her name, even though I already knew her name, but you know, it was just kind of clarification for me. So say you're doing a hexing candle for yourself. Somebody just came along your path that you did nothing to, and they hurt you so deeply and so badly, and you're just going to come at them through the magic world. So you're getting ready to hex them. Mind you now, the doom candle is like a last resort candle. When I say a last resort candle, this is one of the candles that you're supposed to work with as a last resort. There's many other ways to unhex people, but this is what you go to when all else fails. I don't play games. I don't want to have to keep coming in and trying to rework candles. I wanted the job to be done. I wanted to be over with, and I wanted to be a success. Not that I won't refix and rework candles, because I've done it many of times. I make that type of oil as well as any oil you can imagine. So in this case, this candle is going to be read different because it's a hexing for yourself. So again, you see a lot of black on this candle, right? And it actually came down pretty far. I've even had candles that cracked at the bottom from me hexing the people because it was that powerful. And that's okay. Where if you were unhexing somebody and you had all this black that went this far down, that would be an indicator that the job needs to be redone or reworked. This is an indication that your candle was a success. Okay, it seems a little weird and confusing at the moment, and that's why you're always able to leave comments below so I can clarify things, because sometimes candles are hard to understand, especially when you're beginning. That's why I always say the best way for me to teach is traditionally, because not only is it simple and easy, but it's very less complicated than all these new age innovation teachings that are being put out there. And again, there's nothing wrong with somebody teaching what they truly believe and how they love There's nothing wrong with that. I don't discredit them. I love everybody for who they are, but I love the way that I teach as well. And that's why I teach the way I teach, and I'm not going to stop. So there's 2 ways to read your hexing candles. You read one differently if you're unhexing than you would if you were hexing. And again, you also got to remember now, if it's an unhexing for somebody else, it's going to come out different than if you're hexing somebody for yourself. Okay? And again, you're never going to know who it came from, because that's how powerful I am. You're only going to know that something's wrong when you wake up the next day and something's just not right. We ain't going to get on in all that, because we're not here to talk about hexing people. If you want to talk about that, we can do it on another video, okay? And let me put this out there too, because there's a big myth that goes around that hexes and curses are the same. They are so not the same. That is one of the biggest myths that I'm going to debunk in my book. A curse is just a simple word, or a simple couple words. I hope you're late for your ride. I hope you get fired from your job. I hope you're late for the bus. I hope you don't make that flight. I hope you don't meet that special woman, and so forth. Anybody can do that. That, all you got to do is flick off your shoulder, whatever. Like you got some power over me. Who the heck are you? Bye, poof, be gone. A hex is something that has to be done in a ritual by either a, some people call them a priest. Some people will call them a voodoo practitioner, a medicine woman. Some people will call themselves witches. But either way, however you want to call the person, it has to be done in a ritual. And when I say a ritual, all rituals can be different. But when you're working with the ritual that I work with, as the type of witch I am, there's green, there's purple, there's black witches, there's white witches. Now, it has nothing to do with your skin color, because I don't look at somebody's skin color. It has something to do with your gifts on what type of witch you are. This is how we do an opening of our ritual. We open our circle and we close our circle, which is the ultimate protection for us. Not that we can't do a spell in a hospital, or a spell on the bus, or a spell on vacation, or a spell driving down the street. But when you're doing like whammies like this, you really want like major protection. So you get that bath cleansing going on, which I make in my rituals, spell bath kits, and you meditate. You clear your mind, because you never want to go into doing any type of spell work with a affected mind, whether it be your candle, somebody else's candle, or a mixture. Because if you go in with the wrong mindset, it's going to affect everybody's magic. Okay? And if you do not know how to interpret candles, including your own candles, especially the client's candles, then you're going to wind up telling the client something that is not truthful, because you don't know how to appropriately read a candle, which I've already done a video on how to properly read a candle if you guys want to go in and look on that. And again, down the line later in life, I can always do another one, because I can do this forever and ever and ever, as long as I have the time to do it. So with that being said, I think I pretty got much everything cleared up. I did the crystals that was requested on how to cleanse your crystals and charge them. Okay, I showed you guys the painting by the beautiful Julie Meekum. And again, Julie, I apologize if I butchered your name, but you know how many times my name gets butchered all the time, and I just gotta laugh. And again, you can find her on Facebook. You might be able to look her up under Julie Meekum. If not, you can ask me below, and I will let you know her full entire name on Facebook. And I'll let her know ahead of time that you're coming her way, so she knows. Because some people get a little suspicious when somebody inboxes them or tries to friend request them, and they have no idea who they are. But if I say, hey, Julie, this person's coming your way because they're potentially interested in a painting, she might accept you through Messenger first to see if it goes anywhere. And then maybe you'll become friends, and maybe you won't. Maybe it just be all about paintings. Who knows what'll come out of it? But I guarantee you this, so mote to be, if you do buy a painting from her, you will never ever regret buying a painting from her. You will become addicted, and you will buy lots of them. I can guarantee you that, because you instantly fall in love with them. And they're going to be left down for my granddaughter, my first granddaughter, who is a little baby witch, my witchy poo. She's so cute, Hayden. She's not even a year old yet, and she's a witchy poo, and she's the witchy of witchy poos, and she knows that she's a witchy poo. And because she knows she's the witchy poo, baby, she's the witchy of all witches, and you can't tell her nothing less than that, okay? And she already knows. So with that being said, I don't think that there's any more that I can go further on or clarify. And I don't know why this hair does that. It bothers me. I don't know if there's too much that I could go on that I haven't already covered. I can say real quick, I'll make it a 30-minute video. And you watch. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you already haven't. Hit that bell button, okay, so you get alerts when I come on. You can always comment below anything that you like, unless it's negativity. If it's anything negative, I'm reporting you. And if you don't like the video, you don't have to give me a thumbs down because you didn't like the video. You can keep moving on till you find somebody's video that you do like. But you don't have to give me a likes up either. But you don't have to give me a thumbs down because you got a thumb. That's not nice. It's not cool. It's actually corny. So here's another witchy tip real quick. If you're getting into spell casting and you are having a candle burning in your home, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be one of these candles. It could be a chim candle. It could be a regular old stick candle. And it's one of those candles that has to be lit for 7 days or 14 days or whatever the case may be. You have to go out, and you don't feel safe leaving it in your home. Well, then you always are supposed to snuff it out with your fingers if you have tough fingers like me, or you're going to take a snuffer and snuff it out until you can relight it again. Because if you blow the flame out, you blew the magic away. That's an absolute fact. You never want to blow the flame out of a candle. You blew that magic away. Poof, it's gone. Now you have to redo it. Okay, so now it's your money again, it's your time, and it's your energy, and it's your fault. Now, if you do have somewhere in your home where you can, like a coven or a sacred place, leave them burning, or you can put them in a tub, or you can put them on the stove in a pot, and you don't have to worry about leaving them, unlighting them, then that's okay. Again, I always leave mine lit, but if I have to pinch them out, I'm pinching them out, or I'm snuffing them out. And then there's some candles that have to be snuffed out and relit again every day. They just require that. Also remember, following some people's spells, you got to remember that they're made spells. Most people, if they're real, they've made those spells. Now, there's nothing wrong with liking their spells and doing their spells. But always remember this. You're always allowed to throw your own mix into that spell and make it a little bit of your own. That's why we write spell books, so that you guys can enjoy it and you guys can add a little something to it and make it a little bit of your own, which is creativity. And then you could put it in your book of shadows, and then it now becomes another spell book for somebody who's coming into this beautiful world of magic to purchase. It's just that easy. That's why it's called a book. It's called a book of shadows. And there you have it. You can publish a very successful spell book by just making your own homemade spells, believing that they work, because belief is the most powerful thing in the world. And then poof, you got a spell book, and then they work, and then they're amazing. Like I did a video on how to keep the police away, and people are like, well, why would we want to keep the police away? Like, what would we want to keep the police away for? We might have an emergency where we need the police. Well, it's not that type of spell. The spell is created to keep police away from your home if there's a lot of things going on in your home where you just don't want the police there for some reason. Now, I'm not condoning anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically saying, you just got somebody that, for whatever reason, you just can't let go of them, but they're always in trouble. It could be a child, it could be a nephew, it could be a grandson, it could be a boyfriend, it could be a brother, and it could be a female version of any of that. But for whatever reason, you just can't let them from under your wing, but they're always in trouble. So you just want the police to stay away from your door because you're just sick of the police coming to your door. That's why I made that spell. So if you ever want to find that spell, all you have to do is look it up. Keep police away spell. And then you're going to find me, and it's real easy to do. And if you follow the instructions to the T, and I also give you some hints on how to add your own little surprises into the spell to make it your own little creativity, then boom, the spell has worked and become a great success. And now the police, so Motibe, will be stayed away from your home unless called upon. I can guarantee you that, so Motibe. So with 30 minutes in, I'm doing really good. So who's to say I might not come back on later and do another one? I highly doubt it. I'll probably save that for tomorrow. I'm going to try to really rest up this week, it's just one of those weeks. I'm not going to say anything more than that. And again, if you are a spellcaster, get your spells in with myself or with somebody you've had spells done that you trust, or your own spells this Sunday on the full moon, April 29th. Because any type of moon, whether it be the new moon, the full moon, or whatever type of witchcraft you follow, some have blue moons and red moons and orange moons. You always want to spell cast with those particular moons because it's going to make the magic more powerful and more effective. And boom, there you go. So with that being said, once again, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. And please, please, please give me some comments below, some feedback, something that maybe I didn't clarify or you need a little bit more resonation with, or something that I could teach on the next time, because I need your help to teach. Okay? If I don't have students to teach, as I am still a student myself before I'm a teacher, then I get lost because I'm like, what should I teach about today? Nobody... but here we come. Here they come. They're starting to want me to teach more and more and more. And that's what I do. I fit you right into my schedule and I teach on it. And if you like it, you're going to follow it. And if you don't, you're not. But remember that subscribe button. The subscribe button. And then you're going to remember the bell button so you can get alerts. And then you're going to remember a thumbs up. And then possibly even a comment below. And if not, it's okay. I see how many people viewed my video. And that's okay, as long as I get viewers. And I promise you this before I click off. Once I reach I'm not going to say 415. I'm going to say 413. Once I reach, no, I'm not even going to say 414, 413. I'm going to say 333. Because I love working with the number 3. As soon as I reach the number 333 in viewers, I'm going to do 2 lives on YouTube, okay? Both of them are going to include Q&A, questions and then answers. And then one's going to include me reading your cards, and I probably have no idea who you are. And I'm going to include on the other one a spell, a live spell for you to write down in your book of shadows that you can just have in there whether you ever do it or you don't. Just to pass down to your loved ones. Isn't that simply amazing? So all we have to do is hit the 333 mark. Now, I just started this about a month ago. So I can estimate maybe by the new year, I will have reached 333, if not more. And then we're going to start going live. So with that being said, your High Priestess, Lady Lisa, love and light as always. Protection is sent. So to be. Angels and healing and love and light is sent to you. So to be. I promise you that. And always remember, if you're going to work with the light and the dark, please try to be more light than you are dark. Not that I don't associate with witches that only work with the dark, because that's not the case. Because the best offering you can give to Mother Universe is love. Okay, so really try to be mindful when you're casting, to try to do more good than you will do bad. Okay, now, if you're doing it for a client and they want somebody hexed, that's why you're always supposed to say, before you light the candle, Mother Universe, this is per this person's request. Not that I believe in karma or it's going to come back, because I don't believe in none of that junk. And we already know, I know that I don't believe in none of that junk. You just have to let Mother Universe know what in, like, each individual spell is for. Like, if I'm doing 7 spells on Sunday night, every time I go to light a candle and I hold it in front of Mother Universe and I do my namaste and I ask her to please, grant this request and make it a success, well, I have to let her know who it's for. Not that she's an idiot or she doesn't already know. It's called respect, and that's another universal law as well. That you let Mother Universe know that, hey, Mother Universe, this spell's for me, or this spell is for me and somebody else, or this spell is per request of this person. And with that being said, again, love and light, I really do gotta go, and I'm dragging it on almost to 45 minutes when I said I was going to be kind of short, and here I go again. So, love and light, and many blessings to you. I love you all so much. You make me who I am. Well, Mother Universe first and foremost, but then you guys as well. I love you all. Bye-bye.